Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very, very well. We're in Charlton. Lewis, it's been a long time since I've seen you. How are you?
Mate, a lot has happened since the last time I saw you, man. Fucking hell. Like, I'm just glad it felt like Chelsea, like, for once. I know the form's been bad and everything. A lot has changed since the last time I saw you, but for the first time we played against, like, lesser opposition, I actually felt like we imposed ourselves a lot, especially in the second half. Like, we didn't give Charlton a sniff. Most of, like, the first 60 minutes were goals from rebounds and everything. It was very lucky, but I felt like for the last 30 minutes, quality showed and it actually looked like Chelsea at the end of it. So it's good to see this sort of performance straight off of everything that we've seen in the last month.
Yeah, do you feel like we've been more direct from the get-go?
First off, I didn't think anything. I won't lie. First off, was a very bad showing from both teams. There was barely anything to talk about. We got the goal off one rebound, and that was it for the whole first half. But the second half, Tosin gets a goal off a header. We give up a goal off a rebound. I thought we were always going to do that because we're never going to keep a clean sheet, especially with the lineup that we set up from the start. But ultimately, we were able to bring on first-team players. Enzo and Esteval showed a lot together as well. We saw actual clinical ability from our forward line for the first time in ages. And I actually feel like quality showed. Like, remember when we were out against Lincoln? And it just felt like we walked through that whole game. We got 2 goals from the start of the second half, and that was it. This doesn't really feel like that. I actually feel like we showed that there was a difference between both sides. And for what it's worth, I think that's an improvement of what we've seen in the last month.
You think we pushed on, instead of trying to hold on to a lead, we went for more?
Yeah. And I get fitness has been a problem throughout the team this season. I get why we've been protecting ourselves. I get why we've been playing with the handbrake off. But I think the one thing the fans needed to see coming into this game was just the team playing throughout the 90 minutes. And we got that for this game at least. We were able to rotate well. We were able to keep players fit with Wednesday in mind against Arsenal. And we've come out with a convincing victory. Hato looked good. Buonanotte looked good in moments. Gittins looked good in moments. Esteval, you already know the quality that he's going to show. Enzo as well in the second half. Ultimately, it's good coming out of that with a performance and a result like this, because we don't ever really win games with too many of a goal difference.
That's the thing about Maresca, and that's maybe where we was. I mean, I'd love to know what you think more about the performances, but I changed my opinion on Maresca because of results, because of trophies. But I can't deny I was bored watching the football. I didn't enjoy the performances as a whole. I appreciate that. All right, this guy's actually done some good things for us. All right, I can back that.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's out the door, but you can't deny that style of football, when you know there's a pass that you can find and you pass backwards, or you know that you don't have to pass back to the keeper and you do it, that can be really frustrating as a match-going fan.
I get that stuff, and it's fine when there's results with it. Like the last time we spoke, the Arsenal draw, it was 7 wins out of 9 and 1 draw against Arsenal when we were down to 10 men against the team top of the league. That's a good position. That's a position where, in spite of the football, you'll be convinced because you're still getting results. But that sort of football is only really accepted with results. And I get the frustration in spite of that. Maresca had a lot of faults, especially in December. I still think he was the sort of manager to take us to a league title. Ultimately, we're never going to know because everything's happened in the last month and everything. But I get the frustration when we're not getting results. All Liam Rosenior has to do right now, in a very frustrating, in a really bad environment for any Chelsea manager to walk into, is win games. I get everybody being anti-Bluco, fuck Bluco, fuck Igbali, you already know what it is. But I'm a Chelsea fan. I want Chelsea to win. I want Chelsea to do well. I want Chelsea to win trophies. Because ultimately, if we're doing all of that, we're going to be okay with wherever we are because we're being successful. Football is about winning. As long as you focus on winning where we need to win, everyone's going to be okay. And all Rosenior has to do is keep winning matches.
In fairness to Rosenior, he said, he hit the nail on the head in his press conference. You know, he said, I don't want to be remembered as a Chelsea manager. I want to be remembered as a winning Chelsea manager. And he said he spoke very well. But
I feel like every manager does it. Remember, Poch said we were going for the league title in his first season. Like, every manager's going to do that. Whatever. Say the right things. Win games. The number one thing that's going to get you on the side of Chelsea fans is winning games. You remember Tuchel when he first joined? He was replacing Frank Lampard. People are already against him just because Lampard got sacked unfairly, whether you believe it or not. But the one thing that turns people on side is winning matches. We actually had a very convincing performance, past the result or anything. We actually looked like we were the better team throughout the 90 minutes. That's a good way to build. Now you got Arsenal on Wednesday. Obviously you need to win that, but I get it. You're facing the team top of the league. There's a lot of pressure on you to do that. It's just about how you make Chelsea look and like just go play the best football you can throughout the 90. I feel like this game had Arsenal in mind regardless. That's why you saw so much rotation. But if you take the cup seriously, your first half a season will go relatively well. Because for the Premier League, if you get top 4, it's whatever. Like, that's the bare minimum as a Chelsea fan. But we won. It shouldn't be about getting top 4 again. Whatever Clear Lake brief or whatever you hear from any of the sources, if you get top 4, you can't be looking at top 4 again. You have to be trying to contend for the league as a minimum. The fact that we're not doing that, for me, is a failure in the league season regardless of what we do. If we get top 4, great, I don't care. Win a trophy. If you want to keep the mentality of Chelsea alive, good season, bad season, you win something. So go win a trophy.
You know, one thing that I always look back is, especially when Tuchel was manager, was the away fans' atmosphere, like the Leicester game, the Lille game.
Yep.
You know, incredible away atmospheres. You could feel the connection between what was going on the pitch and what was in the stands. But even now with the win, it's difficult to see that when you hear the chants about Clear Lake, when you hear the chants about Igbali. So that's going to be an interesting situation, because a lot of people, rightly so, are win, lose, draw, Bluco out.
Yeah.
So I just wonder how that's going to affect the team. I've never experienced this type of hatred for any ownership since I've been, following Chelsea. I don't think anyone's really experienced it.
Neither have I, but like, whatever issues you got with the ownership, it's only a beef with the ownership. The players shouldn't take it personally. The manager shouldn't take it personally, because your name's not put in there. That's why, like, I refuse to be part of this whole Rosenior out from minute 1. And it would be so easy for me to do it as someone who is big of a Maresca defender, as you know, as probably anyone that watches it knows. It's so easy to just be like, I'm Rosenior out until you show me something. What does that do? Igbali is the main man that should be put on the spotlight. Whatever you say or do about anybody else is someone that he can hide in the spotlight behind. Fuck that. Any anti-Bluco or Igbali chances about you, go win in spite of it. Because the one thing that I think everyone can agree on is if you win, everybody is happy. We're not protesting because fucking we hate Bluco. It's because what's going on is failing. And we can see it in front of us. Most people said coming out of that window that we failed to strengthen the team because we didn't get another centre-back when Colwell got injured for the whole season. We spent 90 million on mid at left wing, and it's still 90 million on mid at left wing. And the striker's still a big question mark. This is straight off winning the Club World Cup, which was an overachievement, and getting top 4, which was what we said was needed to bring better players in. I look at the window from the summer, that's nothing that we couldn't have done if we finished 6th or 7th. So they failed, and that's why everybody is anti-Bluco and everybody is backing the protest. You want to change that, win trophies, take the window seriously. Every window under Maresca was a failure. This window we're being told they're not going to do anything. It's up to you to change that, because we're only a few players away from being serious. Everyone can admit that. Go get a centre-back, go get a serious winger, maybe a striker as well, but you burned enough money on that. But if you took the window seriously, we'd have a team that we believe in. But there's still too many question marks because you fucked that up, and that's on you. That's why everyone's against you.
What do you think about the players that were starting today? Obviously, most of them aren't players that play regularly, maybe Garnacho being one of them. Is there anything that you think, right, you're going to break into this side, you've got a real chance?
Maybe Hato. That's about it. Bueno Notte had some good moments. Gittins had some good moments. It's just not enough to go through. And that first off was a whole load of nothing. We got a goal off a rebound and that was it. That game could have flown by. Someone could have slept through it. I would have told them they wouldn't have missed anything from it. Like, this game, even 5-1, doesn't tell me anything except that we might not be taking the handbrake off after a certain point, which could be a good thing. But we still played the most minutes out of everyone in the Premier League over the last 12 months. So time will tell whether that's a good thing or not. Yeah. Like, ultimately, I got why we played a lot of games with the handbrake on. You just have to win games with it. And Maresca fucked up a lot of games in spite of it, so I get the criticism with it. But he still should have been backed in the window. Yeah. Ultimately, we just have to see how the second half goes.
You think that we're going to win any trophies this year?
You got to go for everything. We can beat anybody on our day as long as we're serious. But it depends on whether the team shows up and whether the team wakes up for the occasion. That's all that it depends on, but that's a lot of variables to get with.
I think a lot of that is also the manager. We knew that Maresca could compete with the best of the best because he did it, and he did it very successfully. It was against, like Nina said, the Burnleys,
But
teams
it's
like that.
individual mistakes, the way we handle ourselves in the final third. The fucking dumb red cards that have cost us in so many games. Sanchez, Man United. Chalobah versus fucking Brighton. Caicedo against Arsenal when we were man-to-man against them and cooking. Cucurella against Fulham. We've dropped so many points off the back of dumb red cards and being on the back foot. So as much as I hear the criticism from the manager, these players have sabotaged enough of this season, and it's up to them to wake up for the second half.
Do you believe that Rosenior's got it? He just needs the players to step up.
I don't know about Rosenior. I'll be so real, I don't know. He was in 2 wins at 9 at fucking Strasbourg before he joined us. I'm not going to say anything about why he deserves the job. You're just here now. And I'm not going to be anti-Rosenior from minute 1, because what is the point? We're here because the Maresca wasn't backed in the transfer windows leading up to it. You're here now. I hope you do well. I hope you win some trophies. I hope you build the mood around Stamford Bridge a bit. But you're showing what you can do to the whole fan base. Because you haven't done enough to be in this position. Let's be honest. But you're here. Being anti-manager from minute 1 does nothing except build an agenda from the start. Just do something. That's all I can ask.
Big up to you, my friend. Thanks for
Come on,
coming on.
man.
Great to
I'll
see
see
you.
you soon,
When
man.
am I going to see you again?
Arsenal. I'll be around
There
Arsenal.
we go.
Come on,
I'm
man.
looking forward to it.